Yo, what up? All right, boys, this one's for you, okay? Now, if you are in a marriage and you are in a relationship where maybe you're not getting laid, right? Maybe your wife has RBF, resting bitch face 24/7. She doesn't ever want to be touched. She doesn't really like to be around you. She's always nitpicking everything that you're doing wrong, right? And everything that you're not doing right. And she's, no matter how amazing you think you're doing, she's just basically making you feel like you're not good enough. I'm about to tell you why. And then I'm going to tell you how you can fix this, okay? So here's why she's behaving this way, okay? She's not getting her emotional needs met, period, okay? And when a woman is not able to, and you have to understand this, men and women are vastly different, okay? We are logical problem solvers, we come up with solutions, right? And that's just how we are, right? They're not. They're the complete opposite. They're emotional, okay? Everything's off their fucking feelings, which is cool, right? We all have emotions, right? But what you have to understand is what logically makes sense to you and the things that you think need to happen in the relationship in order for you guys to be able to thrive and be happy is actually not what she needs and not what the relationship needs in order for you to thrive and be happy, right? Now, with the divorce rate being over 50% nationwide, in my area 72%, right? And in the military it's like over 80%, right? The reason why this is happening is mainly because of two things, okay? She's not getting her emotional needs met, right? Which over time leads to her being angry, resentful, unhappy, miserable. And when she makes you basically, she ain't gonna meet your needs physically, right? Sex is gone, right? And she's basically gonna nitpick and talk shit to you and make you feel like you're not good enough and nothing you do is right, right? And make you angry and resentful and an asshole, okay? Now there's two sides of this. She's not getting her needs met. And the second reason is you're emotionally fucked up and you can't do what she needs, okay? So if you really think back in your relationship, when you started your relationship, right? You were hearing her, you were talking to her, you were dating her, you were chasing her, you were pursuing her, right? And you had this deep emotional connection and this bond, and you used to listen to everything that she used to say. You used to hear everything. You were constantly involved in everything she was saying and expressing, right? That's why she fell in love with you, right? Then you get together, the relationship evolves, and you stop being intentional. You stop hearing her, right? You stop doing what you did to get her in the beginning, especially like whenever you get married, you have kids, you got life, you got bills to pay, right? You got all these other things that become like the focus, and you take that focus off of her, right? And you're not meeting her needs anymore. She becomes super unhappy, right? And then she definitely ain't gonna meet your needs, right? Now, when that starts happening, when she's trying to express herself to you, because the relationship is starting to fall apart, both your guys' love tanks are basically empty because neither one of you getting your needs met, right? And especially after kids. This especially happens after kids. If you look at most relationships and divorces that happen, they're after kids, okay? Why? Because you go from being fully invested in one another, right? Doing everything for one another, to all of a sudden now there's a kid here that becomes the priority. And for moms, they naturally tend to focus all their energy on being a perfect mom, right? And they forget about you, right? And what happens is, as men, we're all, basically the majority of us are pretty fucked up emotionally, right? Childhood, divorce, abandonment, abuse, whatever, we've never actually dealt with that stuff. But in the relationship in the beginning, you were so invested in one another, it basically overcompensated and filled your love tank, and you didn't really feel the pain and the wounds that you've always had all along, right? Now she pulls out of that, starts focusing on the kids, right? Now your love tank's empty. You're not getting your needs met anymore. Now all of a sudden, you feel these emotions. You feel the disconnection. You start to feel angry and resentful. And then what happens? You become a fucking asshole, okay? Then you become an asshole, right? She also is not getting her needs met. And because you're an asshole, when she tries to express herself to you, which is what they need, is to be able to express themselves verbally and communicate, right? When she tries to express herself, she now is triggering those old wounds that you've always had, right? Then when you are wounded like that, you automatically react. When you automatically react, you become an asshole, you argue, you justify, you get defensive, right? Shutting her down. So once again, she's no longer getting her emotional needs met, right? Which is adding to more of her becoming an angry, resentful bitch, okay? Do you see the cycle that we're going in here, okay? So this is how we fix this, okay? You need to first, one, heal. And in order to heal, you need privacy, okay? We heal differently than them, okay? And I'm going to teach you some tricks that I've done to heal myself, because I used to be really fucked up myself. I'm going to teach you my 2 tricks real fast. But you got to heal. Once you heal, and you need to do this emotional work every motherfucking day. Did you hear what I said? Every motherfucking day. Okay? As situations arrive in your life, deal with it immediately. There's 2 ways that you can do this. Okay? And I use both. All right? We heal in a very primal, physical, kind of psychotic way. Okay? We're different than women. Women heal from just being heard. Just being able to express. Right? So when you ain't able to hear her, you can't meet her needs. She ain't getting her needs met, she fucking hates you. Okay? She definitely is not going to want to fuck you. Okay? She wants nothing to do with sex. She don't want to be around you. She can't stand you. Okay? So you, in order to be able to meet her needs, have to heal yourself. Okay? So how you heal. There's 2 ways that I like to do it, because it's the easiest way, fastest way that I found to heal myself. And I used to be really fucked up, guys. Like really, really fucked up for many, many reasons. So from childhood to life experiences and so forth, right? And it took me a good solid 8 months of doing emotional work every single day once I discovered this to really get to a point to where I felt emotionally healthy, right? So it may take you some time, okay? But each time that you put the work in and you peel these layers of these issues that you have, you're going to feel better and better and better and better and better, right? So here's how you heal. Step 1, it's called the car scream, okay? And it's literally exactly that. And you need to do this shit in privacy. Okay, like I said, we heal very primally, like fucking cavemen, right? So you have to let them, and this is what you have to remember. When it comes to healing, all it is just the releasing of the emotion, right? They, females, heal. Their releasing of the emotion is through the expressing verbally, communication, expressing. That's how they heal, right? When you're fucked up, you can't hear her and allow her to heal. You can help her heal, but you can't until you heal yourself first, okay? So the car screams, basically what it is. Let's say you're at work, you get triggered, you're all angry, you're all frustrated, right? You never want to go home like that. So on your way fucking home, okay, you let that shit rip. The way you heal is just releasing of the emotions, okay? You have a lifetime of suppressing your shit, okay? Lifetime, you're talking decades, okay? There's thousands and thousands of layers of emotion you need to release, okay? So let's say you're at work and you're frustrated, you're angry, whatever. You don't want to go home like that, right? Because you're just going to treat your wife like shit and your kids like shit, okay? So what you do is on your way home, while you're driving down the freeway, you let that shit rip. Motherfucker! You want to try and not use words. Just use sounds, okay? But if you need to say some motherfuckers and shit like that, do it, right? And scream, 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 scream. Nobody can hear you, bro. You're on the fucking freeway, okay? If you need to pull over in a parking lot, right? And let that shit out, let it out, right? But the whole point is you got to release, 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 release until there's nothing left, right? And what you're going to find is, as you're letting out a lot of this anger and frustration, sometimes you're going to find, and always at the root of it, is actually pain, okay? Beneath it, way far down, from probably that time that you're fucking, something happened to you when you were 5, right? But there's going to be some pains that those doors to these other issues are going to open up when you start to peel these layers, right? Roll with it, right? So let's say you start peeling some layers, you're fucking screaming, right? You're losing your shit, okay? And you're going to go hoarse, okay? You're going to lose your voice, okay? It's normal. And let's say you get to a point to where all of a sudden you feel some hurt, Okay? Roll with it. Let it out, right? Let's say a memory pops up of, maybe like an ex-wife or ex-girlfriend that cheated on you. Okay? Roll with it. If you feel like you need to cry, let that shit out. Let it go. Okay? You have to roll with it, surrender to the emotions, and let that shit out. Okay? A lot of you have the mindset that you're being strong because you don't show emotion. No. You're being a coward when you don't show emotion. Now, the key is you want to do it in private. You never show this to your woman. Okay, that's crime number one. You never show anger and emotions like this to your woman. Now, you can cry in front of your woman, right? But you never show anger. Some of women's most basic needs is to feel safe and secure. And if you show anger, you ruin that. Okay? So don't do that. So you want to do this shit in private. Okay? So roll with the emotions. Let it out, let it out, let it out, let it out. If you hit a point where it opens the door to a wound, let that shit out and cry. Okay? If you got to pull over and fucking ugly face cry, do it. Okay? Trust me, I've had thousands of ugly face cries. Okay? Over the past couple years once I discovered this shit. Okay? It took me a long time to heal. I still do regular emotional work as stuff pops up, Things, life frustrate me. And this is another trick. Your wife frustrates you. She pisses you off, right? She says something to you that triggers you. Don't lose your shit. Okay? Just be like, 1 second, babe. I gotta go deal with this. Get in your car. Go for a fucking drive. Deal with your shit. Okay? Then come back. Okay? And then handle and have a conversation. Right? Hear what she's trying to say. And always remember, she's trying to make you a better man. Remember that. The root. She just needs to get this shit off her chest. Right? But in order for her to be able to get her needs met, you gotta fix your shit. Okay? So this is how you heal. So that's first way. It's a car scream. Second way. Okay? It's boxing. Okay? If you got a lot of anger you need to let out, go find a heavy bag somewhere, buy one, put it in your garage, fucking beat the shit out of that. Okay? And just beat the shit, hit it as hard as you can for as long as you can, and get those emotions out. You gotta get those emotions out, because it's those suppressed emotions that make you an asshole. It's those suppressed emotions that are making you show up in your relationship in a way that's hurting her. Okay? And whenever, and this is something that I heard, and I learned all this from a marriage course that I was in for about a year. This is where I learned this shit, by the way. It's called The Bulletproof Husband, by the way. Highly recommend it. If your relationship is in shambles, do it. Okay? Game changer. But one of the things that they said that really clicked with me is that when your woman is not getting her emotional needs met, when you aren't hearing her the way she needs to be heard, it is the equivalent of you rejecting her. So imagine like how it feels when you're horny and you want to go like have sex with your wife and she's like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. That feeling of rejection, right, that we get when that happens, right? That's what she feels when she's not getting her needs met. So imagine that happening to her daily, over and over and over and over and over for years. How fucking hurt she is, right? And how unloved she feels, right? And how hurt she is and why she's so angry and resentful, right? So, anyways, but the 2 ways to heal, okay? Car scream, okay, that's my go-to, right? Because I can do that one anywhere, anytime, right? There's been times where my wife's saying something, right? And it triggered a wound, and I'm like, I need to go deal with this. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go for a drive, right? Whoa, just let it out, okay? And then come back, okay, I'm cool. Now, can we continue what we were talking about? Right? Done, right? Now, with that said, you gotta heal so you can hear her. Then, every single day, you have to be intentional to hear her. Allow her to express herself. Allow her to get whatever's on her mind and off her and within her, off her chest and out of her, because that's how they heal. That's how they get their needs met. That's how they feel connected to you, right? So you need to be intentional. Put your fucking phone down and spend time talking to your wife and dig in. And when she's saying stuff, ask her deeper questions, more open-ended questions. Ask her, how's that make you feel? Blah, blah, dig. And this is also why it's very, very important you do weekly date days, because the whole point of the date day is so you can have these deep talks and conversations. So you do these few things, your wife is going to be a sexual beast. She's never going to turn you down, and she's even going to initiate sex. And your relationship is going to be so much healthier, so much happier. Everything's going to be better. Okay? You got it? So go heal and do your work and be intentional.